I know.
You did not know where I was going with that.
I was like, are you really? I wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic with Logano.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 115, season finale.
Finale.
The
NASCAR season finale.
Yeah, the NASCAR season finale. This is our finale of talking about the finale.
Of talking about NASCAR.
Their finale.
Yes.
Yeah, because we'll record during the off season. Like, is there ever really an off season with podcasting?
No.
Not with us, because we just enjoy doing this.
Yeah, so, you can't take off too long.
So, man, we're back in the studio one last time to celebrate the champion of all champions. The championship was decided. We got you couldn't have asked for a better champion than Justin Allgaier.
I know.
You did not know where I was going with that.
I was like, are you really? I wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic with Logano or Allgaier, or being genuine with Allgaier.
We really are genuinely going to celebrate Allgaier's championship victory on this show because, I had tears in my eyes. I was holding tears back the whole time watching Justin Allgaier's celebration, everything. Like, it was...
Look, I know last week I picked Custer, but I really wanted Allgaier to win. I put Allgaier to win in my bracket.
Well, I told you he was going to win.
You actually swept the weekend.
Yes. So I was hoping you'd bring that up because I don't want to brag about myself, but...
No, I got to give it to you.
I picked Ryan Blaney to win Martinsville. He went out and won Martinsville.
Yep.
I picked Ty Majesty to win the Truck Series.
Yep.
I picked Justin Allgaier. And I told y'all at Vegas... After Las Vegas, I told you Joey Logano was going to win the championship.
And he won the championship.
Man, he won the championship. But I think Allgaier winning the championship offsets the negative from Joey winning the championship.
It actually made my weekend enjoyable.
Oh, man, Saturday was... I was on cloud
awesome.
9 Saturday night.
That was awesome.
And even Sunday morning, I was still happy about it. I can't get over it, but...
I was too. I woke up Sunday morning and I went, you know what? I don't care what happens today.
Yeah, I truly felt that way. Like, my expectations for the Cup race were so low. I didn't have high expectations. I really didn't have high expectations for the whole Phoenix weekend, but Justin winning... And not only did he win, he went through so much diversity.
Oh, my gosh. He tried his hardest to lose that race.
Like, I was an emotional wreck. It was like, wee, up and down, up and down. He's going to do it. He's not going to do it. He's going to do it. He's not going to do it. He's going to do it. He's not going to do it. I was like, oh, man, Justin, you're killing me.
Oh, it was something.
It's been a story of Justin's career.
It really has.
But no, it was phenomenal to watch him win. And I give it to Joey Logano, too. The guy goes out. There is a set of rules set in place for this format of the chase.
Yep.
Joey Logano and Team Penske
have mastered
have dominated it. They've won all 3 championships in the next gen era.
Yep.
And
they just
back
finished
to back
one,
to
too.
back.
And they just finished 1, 2.
Yeah. It's
besides Cindric, but
and I think he was 11th. I think Cindric finished. No, Denny finished 11th. Where did Cindric finish? 13th. He was 13th, so that's not even that bad.
He was in the top 10 for a little bit.
I think HMS was the only team with every driver in the top 10 Sunday.
Wow.
So
no one, you just can't compete with Blaney and Logano at Martinsville or Phoenix.
Flat tracks.
Yeah.
You put them on a flat short track, and they're going to win. Joey Logano is probably going to... Joey Logano is probably going to win the Clash at Bowman Gray.
Probably.
I say that because Joey Logano wins the first of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you give him a first of something.
And he's like, oh, great. That's a free win.
Yeah, it's Bristol on dirt.
Joey's
Logano. Not even a dirt racer.
And he wins. I mean.
And then you had the Clash. He won the first Clash.
Yep.
It's absolutely ridiculous. What really sucks about the whole thing with Joey Logano is his off-track shenanigans are making me kind of like the guy. Like, I have a lot of respect for Logano off track now because with this whole thing in Western North Carolina with Helene, Greg Biffle, he stepped up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But every week, Joey Logano posts something or you hear a story, not even things he's posted, you'll hear a story weekly about Joey Logano himself taking supplies to Western North Carolina. Like,
yeah,
that's huge. That's huge. I mean,
hard not to like the guy.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, on track, I absolutely hate him. I do not like Joey Logano as a driver. I pray to God that doesn't change. Like, I don't want that to change because I have a certain friend who loves Joey, and she's slowly softening me up to him because she likes to tell me all the great things he does off track. And I don't want to know this stuff.
I don't want to know how good of a person Joey Logano is.
Because I'm starting to like him.
I've hated him for so long, I can't change.
And then to see him with his kids after he won this weekend, the championship, I mean, his boys are in the car with him. I mean, I hate this stuff. Like, this is not supposed to be happening to me. I'm not supposed to be liking anything about Joey Logano. I blame Fox.
You blame Fox?
Yeah, Fox put him in the booth.
Yeah, he put him in the booth.
And he's phenomenal in the booth.
He is really good in the booth.
He's probably the best driver next to Kevin Harvick, which means Joey's not going anywhere.
No.
When he retires, he'll be in the booth.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm getting there. I'm trying really hard to get there.
I actually enjoy listening to Joey talk on the teardown.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
He seems like such a genuinely nice guy. And I don't like that. So, Joey, you need to stop it. I mean, door bumper clear still don't like him. And I think a lot of my dislike for Joey, well, not a lot of it, but some of it, I mean, this has been ongoing since he drove for Gibbs. My dislike for Joey. This ain't something new. But then TJ went to spot for him, which I hated. Like, you're going to leave NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., to go drive for Joey Logano? No.
It's betrayed.
He became the spotter for Joey, and I'm like, I hate this.
It's a betrayal.
I felt betrayed. I really did. But that's okay, because then TJ left, and it's like, all right, TJ's cool again.
And then he went to Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, and everybody liked him. But, TJ don't care for Joey, I don't think. Not based on how he talks. Brett said he don't like him. Joel on there, he don't like him. So, yeah. But I'm starting to like the guy off track. I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm starting to like him off track. On track though, he is our champion. He's the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion. He's now a 3-time champion.
1 of 10.
1 of 10, yeah. Now, granted, his all came in a different format, but it's the format. Everybody. I heard people were calling in DBC saying he's an illegitimate winner. I disagree.
He legitimately won this format.
He 100% legitimately won this format. Like, Penske has this format figured out. In 2020, we're going to get to this too when we talk about the poll here. But in 2020, a lot more people like this format. Then the next gen car came out, and a lot less people now like it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a Joey Logano thing. Partly, I'm sure, because if the one thing NASCAR fans agree on, it's they don't like Joey Logano. Matter of fact, I've only met one Joey Logano fan, and thanks to her, I'm kind of liking the guy off track now. So, I don't even know what I was going with that. It threw me off.
Something about 2020.
Yeah, I mean, people back then, they didn't have a problem with it. Now they do, but I think the next gen cars created so much parity.
Yeah,
people are tired of this format. They want to see a long turn thing go out, but because
that's because you can't have a driver be dominant. Like you can't have
exactly.
Like you're not going to have a manufacturer or like a team be dominant with this car.
No, and you had Joey Logano was 15th in the point standing and won the championship. Joey Logano had 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s, 4 wins, and an average finish of 17.11 with 3 poles.
And what, led 400-something laps?
Led 400-something laps, yeah. I've got my stat sheet over there from Trey Ryan, who, congratulations to him. He got promoted, or he got the gig he wanted. He's going to be a real stats guy on radio and TV now. So he's not just our Twitter stats guy anymore. Because I get a lot of my stats from him every week when I'm on the show, and we're gonna go through some of those stats here later in the show. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Joey Logano is literally the only thing he finished first in was the championship.
Yep.
2 of his wins came during the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them came, whenever. Well, actually, 3 of them came in the playoffs, right? Atlanta.
Yep.
Vegas. Yeah, so that's why.
So what?
This is why people are so angry.
Then you have Nashville. What was the other one?
Nashville. Was not a playoff race.
It was
Atlanta. He won Nashville, Atlanta,
right, and then the Clash.
Vegas.
Not the Clash. The All-Star race. That's what it was.
Yeah, but that don't count.
It still counts as a win, right?
No,
it doesn't count as a win.
The All-Star. I mean, it counts as a win for his.
Right, but it doesn't count towards the playoffs. But
correct.
In his season stats, it doesn't count towards that win?
No, because it's an exhibition race, so they don't put it in his season stats.
So what's the other race then?
Nashville, Atlanta, Vegas, Phoenix. He won Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
To lock himself into the playoffs.
With his fuel strategy.
Yeah, because he can.
And then he
can hold. That's because he pisses high octane. Remember, we've discussed this.
We know why he won Nashville.
He drinks gasoline all week, so he was able to pee for an extra 100 laps over everybody else. Locked him into the championship. 16 goes to Atlanta,
wins Atlanta,
gets locked into the.
Now
round
he doesn't
of 8.
have to try for 2 races.
No, gets locked into the round of 12, right?
Yeah, 12, and then doesn't make it through the round of 12. Actually, he doesn't make it.
But then he gets. He's the replacement.
Yeah.
Which I'm here to say, if you get caught cheating, I don't think we need to put people back in. I think we go from having a round of 8 to a round of 7. I think it's cleaner. Just like with the William Byron, Christopher Bell thing. I think we should have went to Phoenix with 3 drivers racing for the championship. But I think it's cleaner. But anyway, Joey Logano makes it into the chase at Nashville, wins Atlanta to get to the next round, doesn't make it out of the next round, but because Bowman was underweight.
Took a flight.
Yeah. Took a flight and lost all his weight, which I think he was way underweight, but that didn't help him. It's not like he was dominating the race.
No, he finished like 14th.
Yeah. So either way, Joey Logano gets put into the round of 8 because of that.
Then wins Vegas.
Goes out and wins Vegas.
Fuel strategy.
Again. I mean, the guy he's extremely lucky.
Yeah.
But he's a talented driver. I give him that.
Oh,
but he's not a dominating driver.
He's not a Larson.
Joey would struggle. I think Joey would struggle at Penske in the other format. Penske's not a long season thing either. I mean, that's Rusty Wallace.
Ford isn't either. Like Ford as a manufacturer.
Oh, yeah. But so we say that about Ford. In the last 3 years, they've won 7 out of 9 championships.
Yeah.
You got a truck, you got 3 championships a year. In the last 3 years, that's 9 total championships. 7 of them go to Ford.
They turn up when it matters.
But that's insane. Like, that's why this format. So the format's got to be changed. I mean, something's up with the format. But before we get in the format, I want to talk about another champion. I want to talk about a legend. You have a 4-time champion sticker creator. She's a legend from sea to signing sea. And if Dale Earnhardt was still alive, he would definitely use this graphic designer. And yes, we're talking about Designs by Sydney. Designs by Sydney is your local and much needed graphic designer. She does these minimalist stickers right here. If you haven't seen her championship stickers, you need to check them out. She has Dale Jr. holding the Allgaier champion flag. I can't wait to get one. I might need 2.
I was about to say, I think we're going to need some of those.
We'll be fighting over it, so we're definitely going to have to get 2 of those. But anything you need graphic design-wise, Sydney's got you covered at Designs by Sydney. Whether it's letterheads, company logos, or if you just have a silly idea like Janet has sometimes, Sydney's got you covered. You're not going to want to miss out. And right now, if you use the code CAR1124 at checkout, you'll get $5 off your next order of $25 or more, including the official race car spelled backwards Thank You Denny sticker and t-shirt combo set. You can save $5 by using the code CAR1124. And Sydney also does the polls each week. This week she did 2 polls. So which race was best for the weekend? Trucks, Xfinity, or Cup? The trucks got 8%.
Xfinity
got 83%.
Okay.
Cup got 9%. Then she did which series is best for the whole season?
Xfinity.
Truck Series got 9%. Xfinity got 64%. Cup got 27%. So next season, after the Clash, Sydney will start posting those polls again. But between now and the Clash, if you need a logo for your company you're thinking about creating with your first of the year resolutions, she's got your company logo covered. If you need a letterhead for that new company you create, she's got you covered. Or if you have a silly idea for something for Christmas, she's also got you covered for that. So head over to Designs by Sydney and check her out. She'll take care of you.
I mean,
I do good?
that was good.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Broke a sweat on that one.
No, I mean, the Xfinity rate or the Xfinity Series from start to finish was way better than the Cup Series.
Oh, no doubt. And it's they run the same stupid format we're running in the Cup Series too, but it's just I think it's time to change the format.
I do too. Like, okay, on the teardown, Jordan, I can't stand him.
He was kissing so much NASCAR butt. I think he's in line for a promotion for NASCAR executive.
He must be. But he brings up the point. We've been doing this format for 11 years, and no one likes it. So why are we still doing it?
That's what I'm saying. So Jeff Gluck put out a poll. So Jeff did 2 polls this week. It was, which format do you like best? The current format, a 10-race chase like we had in the beginning, or let's go back to the old 36 races matter. 16% like the current format. 16%.
I mean, no one likes it.
Well, that's the real people. Now we're going to get to the bots.
Right.
45% of the bots think we should go to a 10-race chase, and 39% of the bots think we need to run a full season. I think a 10-race chase, so I think we take 16 cars, win and you're in. We can still do the win and you're in thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But points matter too. You get points for winning the race. You get points for winning the stage race. Those points carry over into race 1. If you wreck in race 1 of the playoffs, you lose all your bonus points. Oh, well, they're a safety net for one race pretty much. There's no resets, but we run 26 races, cut off Daytona just like we do now, and then we start the chase, and it's 10 races. You have 10 races to decide the champion.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a clear cut.
You're not going to get a Jimmy Johnson, not with this car.
No, not with this car. That's what I mean. With this car, which is obviously not going anywhere. We know the playoff format's not going. The playoffs are not going anywhere.
Even though I really don't think motorsports should have a playoff.
I don't either, but I understand why they did it. They did it to create more hype for TV, and TV ratings compared to what they used to be 20 years ago absolutely suck.
No, they're the best they've ever been
compared to last year. That's the beauty of the state of the sport. You only have to talk about how much you grew in 1 year. It doesn't matter how bad you sucked the last 12. It doesn't matter you're coming off a COVID year. The economy is the best it's ever been. Yeah, well, COVID hit. Duh. We just come out of that. It's just like that with motorsports. So that brings me to a question, talking about motorsports. In your opinion, what is a motorsports racing champion? Because Jordan Bianchi and Jeff Gluck had this conversation. And Jordan Bianchi, it sounds like he's talking about a politician or a movie star.
It's a driver that rises from the ashes.
Yeah.
Conquers adversity.
Like, no, dude.
It's the best driver for 36 races.
Correct. It is the driver who wins the most races and scores the most points throughout the whole season. That is a motorsports champion to me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm okay with saying top 16 points reset, 10 races to go. You had to work all season to get there.
Because you still got to be like it does give a chance for someone to suck a little bit in the regular season and then turn up.
Exactly.
It gives you that opportunity, but still, you're going to get your guys like Larson that are going to do really good.
And what it prevents is guys like Joey Logano from winning Vegas and taking the next 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Joey say like, "Oh, we didn't even try"?
Yeah, he did. He said it on the teardown. Like we weren't trying at Martinsville. We weren't trying. You know,
Homestead.
Yeah, we were working on Phoenix. Like
and after they won Atlanta, they didn't have to try either.
No, that's what I'm getting at. Like it prevents.
Joey.
That's not fair to sponsors for one.
Joey only had to try in Atlanta.
Yeah.
The round of 12.
Correct.
And Vegas and Phoenix.
Correct.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, if he didn't win
6 races,
if he didn't win the first round of Atlanta, I mean, if he didn't win the first round, he has to try 7.
Yeah,
but
but that's 4 races of the playoffs. He did not even have to show up for.
Correct. Pretty much. Like that's exactly what it is because it all starts over each round.
Yeah.
And we're not sticking ball sports. I can't tell you. It annoyed me so bad during the State of the Sport address for them to refer to us as a stick and ball sport. Because
we're not.
Yeah.
We're motorsports.
For 65 years, NASCAR has tried to convince me we're not a stick and ball sport.
We're motorsports.
And now the last 10 years, they're trying to convince us we are. Like, you're not going to have the wild card winner win the Super Bowl. We did basically with Joey, but I mean, it doesn't matter. The season's long. This is the longest season in sports.
And it doesn't matter.
No.
Like, it does not matter at all. Sunday, the race was over, and I wasn't like, man, that was a great ending to our season. It just felt like another race.
It just felt like it ended. Like, and even the champion, I'm not trying to take anything away from Joey Logano when I say these things because the dude did exactly what he needed to do to win. I do what I need. Honestly, I do what I need to do every day to get paid. Joey did the same exact thing.
Honestly, and it didn't matter who won that championship. I wanted Reddick to win, but even if Reddick won, I would have been happier, but I don't think I would have gone, you know what, Reddick ran a phenomenal season.
Well, he was your regular season champion because Kyle Larson skipped the 600 for the Indy 500, but
Reddick ran a really good season. I mean, 23-11, they're 4 years old. First championship 4 appearance in 4 years. I mean, that's great.
I mean, Reddick did phenomenal for the last year the company's going to be in business.
Yeah, so I mean, he ran a great season. I still think I would feel like I didn't really feel anything. That was the thing. Like Sunday's race was over. Logano was crowned champion, and I didn't feel anything.
Well, no, and I think there's a lot of people posting on X about saying the same exact thing you're saying. Like when they were leaving the track, it just didn't feel right. It felt like something was off. Something was missing. And I've like I said, I'm not trying to take anything away from Joey Logano. Joey Logano did a phenomenal job Sunday. Joey Logano did exactly what he needed to do when Blaney was catching him.
Blaney was the only car that could pass him all day. Yeah. And Logano managed to hold him off.
And talking about Blaney, he was able to pass and come up through the field, but he couldn't pass Joey. And the reason he couldn't pass Joey at the end is because Joey aero blocked him. Those other guys passed, they didn't try that hard to block him. They knew Blaney was coming. Most of them knew he was fighting for a championship. They weren't going to mess with him. Byron, yeah, he was. Reddick, yeah, he was going to give him a hard time, but he got by them.
I mean, Larson kind of gave him a hard time.
That's just how Larson drives. So
yeah,
I didn't have a problem with how anybody drove him. Like Lawson, that's just how he drives.
Oh yeah,
Lawson, here comes Lawson.
I mean, Larson's not going to let you pass him.
You got to leave the R out.
Lawson. He's not going to let you pass him.
You got to say it like a Brit.
Oh yeah.
You got to be British like Lee Diffie. God, that drives me crazy when them idiots call on door bumper clear and say that too. But no, I mean, so we were talking about Jeff Gluck did this same poll that he did this time back in 2020. And it was like the majority of the people, it was like 48% or something, they liked the current format. What has changed between 2020 and now?
The car.
Is the car. Yeah. This car, you can aero block. Aero blocking was never a thing in the past. Not to the extent it is now.
Okay.
We had 18 winners this season. The parity is there.
Back in the day, before this next gen car, if you were in second, you almost had a bigger advantage in first place.
Correct.
Now, if you're first, you've got the advantage.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, you have clean air and you've got aero blocking. That's like I said, aero blocking wasn't a thing before. Now it is. So I don't know. The other thing that annoyed me this weekend during the race, and the reason this format needs to be changed, which I don't know if this would fix it or not, but Christopher Bell led 100 and something laps, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was.
Let's see. Christopher Bell led 143 laps. I think they mentioned his name on the broadcast
twice.
Yeah. When they came back from commercial to say Christopher Bell's still leading. Joey Logano, though, was in second. Literally. It annoyed me. It was that bad. Like, they might have mentioned 6 drivers all day. The 4 championship 4 and Larson, Chase Elliott, and Bell. So 7.
Did they even acknowledge the penalties?
Not on the broadcast, they didn't. No, they didn't even talk about those guys. I mean, it was just crazy. They didn't talk about anybody. So if you would like to know, Joey Logano won, Ryan Blaney was second, William Byron was third, Kyle Larson finished 4th, Christopher Bell finished 5th, Reddick was 6th, Bubba Wallace finished 7th. I know they didn't mention his name.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott was 8th. Chris Buescher, I think he bumped into somebody, so they mentioned his name. And Daniel Soras, I didn't even know Soras was in the race. And he finished 10th. That's the first time I'm seeing this. He finished ahead of Denny. I think they mentioned Denny's name once. Maybe. But I know they didn't mention Soras.
Because maybe they mentioned Denny because FedEx is leaving.
Yeah, FedEx is leaving. Denny's leaving. I mean, maybe. I don't want to start no rumors here, but maybe.
I mean, it's not looking too good.
So, another thing, I didn't realize this either, but Brandon pointed this out. Joe Gibbs didn't have a car in the championship
at all
in either series.
Wow. No, they didn't.
I don't know when the last time that's ever happened, or if it has happened since this format came out. Brandon will correct me later on this, but Brandon pointed it out, and it was like, oh my God, you're right. Joe Gibbs has got a problem. Yeah. He's no longer a top tier team. Something's up.
Nope. Now you got 2311 who's in there.
Yeah, and something's up with them too.
Yeah. So we ain't going to have no Toyotas no more. It's just going to be Logano, Blaney, Larson, and another Hendricks car, and that's it. That's all it's going to be. What did I say?
Yeah, exactly what you said.
That's what I told you. It's going to be Penske and Hendricks.
That's it. It's just crazy. Like, I don't get it. I feel like Joe Gibbs has struggled a lot in the last few years. I mean, he's been through they've been through a lot as a team. I mean, yeah, Ty Gibbs' dad was running the show over there, and he lost his life right after Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity Championship a few years ago. So he was running the team. So that shook things up, obviously. Kyle's gone. Truex is now gone. They've lost a lot of big sponsors. FedEx is leaving. This was it for them. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So Denny won't be delivering anymore. I wonder who his sponsor will be next year, or if he even rides.
Sports Clips.
Did he even have a ride next year? I mean, I'm pretty sure he signed on at Gibbs.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gibbs will fire him.
Yahoo, is that his car? The purple
Yahoo
one? And Sports Clips, Sports Clips.
Yeah,
Mavis Tires.
I think I would rather go to a Sports Clip for 4 hours than watch another Phoenix Cup race in the next gen car.
Well,
I'm just being honest.
Sunday was the best Phoenix race we've ever gotten.
Well, that's what we keep getting told. And if that's the best Phoenix race, then we're in some sad shape, because let's talk about the race at Phoenix, or the lack thereof a race at Phoenix.
Well, if you want to talk about the race at Phoenix, why don't we just talk about...
stopped working.
Oh, yeah, look at that. But if we want to talk about the last race at Phoenix, let's just talk about the last 50 laps.
I think we should just run a 20-lap shootout at Phoenix, because after 4 laps, they're strung out.
I know.
It looks like practice for 3.5 hours.
Who crashed at the end there?
I don't remember. Somebody crashed?
Yeah, it caused the caution.
I don't even remember who that was now. Let's see. I can look it up. I don't know.
Was it Zane Smith?
I feel like it was. I think you're right.
Someone wrecked and caused a caution at like 50 to go.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah.
Zane Smith. See?
Look at that.
I knew we had your young brain in here for some reason. You know I can't remember anything.
Yeah, but that's the only reason this race was interesting. The only reason.
Well, yeah, you're right.
If that didn't happen,
you didn't have the shootout. You didn't. I don't think the Blaney running through the field was interesting, but it wasn't really that interesting. Like he was the first car that was able to pass all day.
The only car that could pass all day.
But as soon as he got to Joey, I guarantee you Blaney gave up. He tried to get around him a couple times, and Joey was aero blocking. Blaney realized he had no shot to go around him. I guarantee you he gave up. He was exhausted. When he got out of the car, he looked done.
Yeah, he gave it everything he had.
You can't say he didn't try.
Oh, no.
But then again, you had the two best playoff format driving drivers and the best playoff format driving team of Penske finish 1-2 because you can't hold down Team Penske in this current format in this car.
Do you think they just like toss a coin? Like, well, Blaney.
I think they gave both drivers a phenomenal car and they said, do not wreck each other. That's the only rule y'all have. And they got close a few times. Yeah, I can see Roger Penske out there sweating. Mr. Penske, you don't mess with the man. And you refer to him as Mr. Penske when you speak to him, or he will correct you. I promise you that. I've seen it happen. Not to me, but I saw him correct a guy one time. He's like, Roger. And he said, it's Mr. Penske. I'm like, ooh, yes, sir. I now know that. I'll never make that mistake.
I'll never call him Roger.
But Penske, the team dynamics there are different than everywhere else. Those two guys or three guys, they'll do anything to help each other.
Oh,
they won't admit it now because that's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a big penalty. But they have the best teamwork without even saying it. Like they don't even have to. It's because they do it in meetings before the race. Not on the radio.
Well, they just know. Like they know.
Like
they're going to help each other.
Like that's my teammate. He'll help me.
I think fans are probably getting tired of watching the Penske dominance going on too. Wouldn't you think?
Probably.
Wouldn't you be? Aren't you?
Isn't this why we changed the format from the 10 race chase? Because Jimmy Johnson was too good and dominating every.
It wasn't even a team. It was just Jimmy and Chad. You couldn't touch those two.
Yeah.
So we changed it. Yeah, you're right.
So now, because Penske's dominant, doesn't that mean we should change it?
Look, I think we need to change it. I think NASCAR needs to come out and say, okay, guys, we're going to change this format. We're going to give it a 5-year period. Over the next 5 years, we're going to tweak this format. That way, they're not saying, all right, we're going to change this format. And then the next year, if it sucks, they're like, well, we're stuck in it now for at least 10 years. No, you've already set the standard. You've set the precedent. You will be changing the format over the next 5 years. If you don't have to, fine, you don't have to. But NASCAR leaves theirself the room to be able to do it without anybody being able to come in and complain. Now, people will still complain. But NASCAR told you up front they were going to make changes over the next 4 years, so get over it.
See, that sounds really smart, though. So
they won't do it.
Highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, they were like, that's from a bot.
Yeah.
Those bots said to do that. So
I think what would be great is like a protest. Just everyone shows up to the Daytona 500 with like a T-shirt that says I'm a bot.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be hilarious.
That would be. Maybe everybody could shave their head. And write, I'm a bot on top of their head. That way you can see it from the TV booth and they can get it on video.
Yeah.
But maybe NASCAR. But I don't think NASCAR executives notice us peasants when we're down in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Like them peasants down there in the stands. Look at them sweating, getting all hot and sweaty, eating their hot dogs and beer.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they sound like.
Probably.
That's what I think they sound like.
How I envision it. You think Bill France or
Jim France?
Jim France?
Yeah, he probably sounds like that. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. I'm Jim France, a billionaire.
Mr. France.
Mr. France and all the peasants down here who come to my event. Yeah.
It's, what is it, the Bill France Cup or whatever?
Something like that.
Why isn't it just the NASCAR Championship Cup?
So me and Brandon had this conversation. Do you remember what the old trophy looked like when Dale Earnhardt would win it?
The Winston Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. which trophy do you think looks cooler, the Winston Cup trophy or the current trophy?
Oh, the Winston Cup. That's a classic.
That's what I'm saying. Like Brandon likes the cup trophy, the Winston Cup trophy better. He says it just looks like it's prestigious. I mean,
yeah, I mean that's a classic trophy. I mean, I don't hate the current one. I mean,
no, I think the current one's really cool
because it's got all the tracks.
Yeah,
on it.
I think it's cool.
That's pretty.
But I think the old trophy is, for me, as an old school race fan, somebody who's been watching this sport for 25 plus years at this point.
Why didn't it?
It's cool.
That would have been really cool for the 75th anniversary
to throw it back to the old school trophy?
Yeah.
They just missed out. You know NASCAR, they miss stuff all the time.
Like that would have been so cool.
They
to have
missed
like
that opportunity.
A refurbished 75th anniversary, like 75th NASCAR champion.
They could have done 2 trophies, an old school one and a new one.
I mean, if you really wanted to, but that would have been so cool.
Well, like I said, NASCAR misses things.
That's a fact.
They have a blind guy running race control. But they have the best officiating in the world, and they make 0 mistakes.
Just like their pace car driver made 0 mistakes.
Yeah, just like him. All right, so Phoenix, was it a good race?
No.
We already said that, but we got to talk about the poll.
What was it, like 42?
42% of you said, yes, I'm a bot, and it was a good race. Or no, you said, yes, I'm not a bot, and it was a good race.
Yes.
58% of us bots voted no.
And that's the best Phoenix race we're going to get.
That's right. I truly believe that is the best Phoenix race you're going to get because I've been told that it's the best. I was told by every podcast this was the best we get at Phoenix. It was a good race for Phoenix. But if you put this race at any other track, it's garbage.
It's not a good race.
It's crap. Like
oh my gosh.
I didn't think it was a good race whatsoever. I voted absolutely no. It is completely unacceptable that our championship race has 58% no.
But the facility is amazing.
I don't care. They advertise at the flipping airport. I know baggage, and I saw the pictures. They look great. They do a great job advertising at the airport. Whoop-de flipping do. And they got clean toilets supposedly at the racetrack. Can't we run out of Buc-ee's then?
Okay, so here's my thing. When you go to a NASCAR race, are you going there to hang out at the facilities or watch a NASCAR race?
I'm going to watch a race. I go to Atlanta twice a year and I pee in a trough with 73 other prisoners. I mean, you literally at a NASCAR race is one step above prison. The bathroom facilities and the concession stand. The food is pretty much prison food. And the bathroom is, you throw some showers in there, it would be just like a prison.
Yeah, it would. But I mean,
I don't care though. You're right. It don't matter.
What? Like you're not going there for the facilities.
No, you're there to watch the on track action.
And you know what? If our best facilities are at our worst tracks, that's a problem too.
Exactly. Make your facilities nicer, Marcus Smith and NASCAR.
Like why isn't Charlotte an amazing facility? That's hometown.
You would think they could go on their off weekend and clean it up a little bit, but no, nobody's doing that. Like, no, I'm with you. We need a rotating championship. The race should rotate from week to week. It should never be,
what?
Year to year. It should rotate. You should never have 2 years in a row. We can go to Phoenix. That's fine. Phoenix, Homestead, Charlotte, Darlington, Vegas. Let's rotate them around. Pick 5 or 6 tracks. Marcus Smith can invest half his money into those. NASCAR can pick a handful and invest their money into those. We can have some nice facilities since that's all that matters. That put on good racing. Like, it's possible to have a clean bathroom and a good race.
I mean, if you're not going to get rid of this car, why not?
But to your original point, the bathroom doesn't. We went to North Wilkesboro.
That was awesome. They were porta johns.
Their porta johns were leaking. You had to walk through the blue water of sludge that was also right next to the grill cooking hot dogs that we definitely didn't eat. But you had to walk through that crap to get to your seat. The seats were covered in algae night one. I mean, they went in after night. It was so dirty night one. The stands, they went in that next morning and cleaned them because it was so bad.
But the atmosphere there was incredible.
I didn't care that my seat had orange and purple and green algae growing on it.
It was good racing.
The speakers didn't work.
There was no scoreboard.
The
Nothing.
facility looked like crap.
It hadn't been touched in 30 years.
It sold out. So don't tell me it's the facility. Now, granted, Phoenix sells out every year. I told Brandon yesterday or Sunday before the race started, I said, I kind of want to go to the Phoenix Championship race. I want to see what it's all about. And then on Twitter, there was a ton of people posting that were at the race, how disappointed they were. And Brandon's like, I don't think I want to go now. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm with you. I don't want to go either.
I think that dream has been crushed.
Yeah. After seeing everybody complain about how bad it was in person, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I give up. I don't want nothing to do with this either.
Okay. I wonder what Jordan would say to that. You know, what's the number on that? He would say. And then Jeff would put out a poll and he would give him a number and Jordan would go,
okay. I don't agree with that. That's wrong. All those bots voting on your poll, Jeff. Look, the race was so bad Sunday, they had to key up their pace car driver and say, can you wreck the pace car?
We need something to talk about.
I mean, and the pace car driver's going, can I wreck the pace car? I am the pace car driver. This is not Days of Thunder. They're going, hit the pace car. Hit the pace car. Like, what the heck do I do? No, let's talk about this. I mean, the pace car driver takes out the barrels at the end of pit road.
Did he fall asleep? I mean,
dude, he looked like every driver in Atlanta, Georgia, trying to get off the exit at the last minute.
But worse.
But we don't have barrels, thank God.
Oh my God, it would be terrible.
Every day we would somebody'd hit a barrel.
Oh yeah.
In 76 years of NASCAR, I've never seen a pace car driver.
I'm surprised they let him back.
That.
Well, actually, I'm not really surprised they let him back in the backup pace car. I was hoping he'd do it again.
Well, who else are you going to put in there? You could get a drunk out of the stand. I mean, a drunk.
You might do better.
That might have been a drunk out of the stand. I don't know. Was it an honorary pace car driver of the day? Like, I don't know what happened there, but how do you do that? Like,
oh my gosh.
How do you make that mistake? Like, last minute, I was watching it.
I was like, is he going to pull off?
Yeah, I'm watching it, and he's like, he's not going to make it. He's not. I thought maybe we were going yellow another lap.
Yeah.
And then the last second, he just hangs a left.
Right into the
barrels. And I mean, my phone was blown. We were probably 5-10 minutes behind.
Yeah.
And we hadn't caught up at this point. My phone was just burp, burp, burp.
I know. You were like,
something's happening.
Something just happened. I was like, it must have been a crazy restart.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, something happened. Like, but I don't know what.
I was thinking like maybe Joey and Byron or Blaney and Byron got into each other.
Something happened on pit road. I mean, I'm thinking something massive's happened because I mean, literally it was every 10 seconds. Finally, pace car wrecks. I look at my phone. I had like 7 people texting me. The pace car just wrecked, and it did. I can't believe it. That's
the only thing that would have been better is like if he ran it into a wall.
I honestly thought Chase Elliott hit him.
Yeah. It's what it looks like at first.
When we first saw it, I'm like,
did
Chase just dump the pace car driver? Did he right hook him?
That would have been hilarious.
I know Kyle Busch got in trouble for bumping the pace car one time. Like,
wasn't
hard.
I know he bumped the pace car when Junior drove it.
Yeah, but that was just goofing off. I think one time he was mad. NASCAR got on to him about something. Brandon,
pretty sure I did that a couple times.
Brandon says every time I say I don't remember the exact thing on the show, he's literally banging on the dashboard like, I know the answer. I told him, I'm like, dude, we're going to get you on the show for our stat guy because you know everything. I can't remember yesterday's breakfast, but Brandon can tell me the exact springs that, that Jimmy Johnson used in 2007. Oh, you want to tell you the shock package you used then? Like, how do you know this stuff?
Why are you retaining this information?
He retains stats like nobody's business. Like, if we had like a legit deal and we were hiring people, I'd hire Brandon to be my stat guy.
I mean, it's incredible.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know how the pace car driver did. You think pace car driver got drug tested? Like, no. I don't know if they drug test their pace car drivers. I know the drivers get them. I don't know if the pace car drivers get them.
They might need it now.
I think he was drunk. It looked like he was drunk on the track.
I mean, literally, like the only thing I think of is like he just fell asleep. Oh wait,
I'm supposed to exit here.
Oh, this is my
You
exit.
have one job.
I know.
I mean, you have to go the same speed
You put it on cruise control
and then get off the track. That's it. That's
and
your
go
only
down,
job.
Go down pit road.
Turn your lights on and off.
I mean, it has to be the easiest job in NASCAR.
I think, to me, the pace car driver is almost the equivalent of a greeter at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's the same mentality. Like, you don't have to be no smarter than a greeter at Walmart. Like, a greeter at Walmart could drive the pace car every week. It's not
And
that
apparently do better than a NASCAR official.
hard. Well, not better than that one. that official was, whew, he was not a good driver. Why is our heat making all kind of noise now?
It's mad too.
Yeah, it's mad about the pace car driver. So let's talk about the other. Joey Logano, championship 4, obviously. He wins the race, wins the championship. Penske brought the 2 fastest cars. You had Blaney, who had a long run car. Joey had a better short run car. Nobody else had a car remotely close to either one of them.
Nope.
You had William Byron, where did he finish? 3rd?
Something like that.
And then Reddick finished 6th.
That's not bad. He just wasn't a factor all day because no one was really a factor besides Bell, Blaney, and Logano.
I mean, that's a fact. That's what I mean. Like, we got to go somewhere different. Phoenix has consistently sucked the last few years. Like,
but the facilities and baggage claim, it's amazing.
It's baggage claim more than the facility. If I had to guess, why do we keep going to Phoenix? It's the airports. Just ask Jordan Bianchi. I hope he enjoys doing the lemonade stand. I think he's going to enjoy it too much, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know how they agreed on that as a punishment. Like, Jeff Gluck dressing up in the Pepto-Bismol suit was awesome.
And now
that is a punishment.
Stand? What, a lemonade stand?
Yeah, like,
what is that?
That's stupid. Like, but whatever. Let them. To each is their own.
They should have to.
Jordan's going to go out there and set a Guinness Book World Record of serving the most cups of lemonade at a lemonade stand in an hour.
Yeah,
I could see it.
What the punishment should have been? You should have been the lemonade stand, but you got to wear a lemon costume.
Okay, I'd have been, and all day.
Yeah,
all day he has to. That I would have been good with.
That's a punishment.
Like, make Jordan dress like Jeff. Like, he dresses like a millennial gangster anyway. Let's make him dress like Jeff. Like, I don't know what he was wearing this weekend. Like,
oh man,
this is NASCAR, and he's dressed like it's F1. Like I say, he looked like a gangster, a millennial gangster. That's what I was calling him. He looked like a millennial gangster out there with his little goofy golf hat thing on.
What he could have done, with the lemonade stand. You know the man in the yellow hat from Curious George?
Yes, make him wear that outfit.
Yeah,
I would be good with that.
That would be hilarious.
All righty. Well, let's talk about some truck series racing because we actually watched that one, and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't.
Like,
I was really dreading the truck series, honestly. After last year,
I hate to say this because I really like her, but I think Jamie Little should not be doing play-by-play.
No, she's great pit reporter.
Yes,
phenomenal actually.
I've met Jamie a couple times, and she's nothing but super nice, and I love her. And I feel bad saying this.
It's not her thing.
It's not. It's not.
Nothing against it. It's just not her thing.
And maybe it's the 2 guys with her, but I don't know because Adam Alexander comes in. He's not my favorite either, but he did a great job. The truck race broadcast, I say great.
They
did okay. I wouldn't give them a thumbs down. I wouldn't give them a thumbs up. I give them, It was okay in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a passing grade, a C minus. They're going to get out of high school. They might not go to college, but he's going to get out of high school.
Yeah.
But I mean, we watched the truck race, and the truck drivers, I think because of last year, it was so bad. NASCAR told every one of them, if y'all do what you did last season, you're done.
All of you. We're firing you all.
Every one of them. We won't even have we'll do ARCA Xfinity Cup next year. We're getting rid of the series.
We're not doing. Oh, last year was terrible.
Yeah, but the trucks go out and put on a clean race.
What, it was only like 6 total cautions?
Yeah, I mean it was not the greatest race in the world.
Majeski blew the doors off all of them.
100%. You think Eckes is regretting now wrecking Taylor Gray?
You think?
I said it last weekend. I'm like, what an idiot.
Why are you doing that? Because we know that Phoenix is Majeski's one of his best tracks.
We knew before that Ty Majeski was going to dominate Phoenix. We knew that before
The
Taylor
playoffs.
Gray got wrecked. We knew that before Martinsville started.
Yeah.
You think somebody would have told Eckes, but Eckes is a hard-headed brat, so he don't probably listen. I get it. I understand his crew chief and spotter don't have that much control over him, obviously, because he just doesn't have the ability to big picture race yet. Because if you're big picture racing at Martinsville, the last thing you want is to help the guy who runs best at Phoenix make it to Phoenix. But what did Eckes do?
That's like letting Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano into Phoenix.
I feel like Ty Majesty should go give Eckes a hug and thank him for what he did.
He should bring him like a cake.
A cake and a hug.
Yeah.
Both.
You're like, thank you, dude. I appreciate
hug him and give him a cake because that's insane. But Majesty put on a clinic. He dominated
Corey Heim,
all day.
Corey Heim tried to give him a run for his money.
He tried for a minute.
Yeah, but he couldn't hold on. So, I thought there was going to be a little bit of a battle, but once Majeski got back past him, it was like, okay, he's over.
So Corey Heim finished second.
Eckes third, right?
Eckes third. So even if Majesty wouldn't have won, Heim would have won. But Eckes was right behind Corey Heim. Eckes would have had a shot to dump Corey Heim. I mean, we know Eckes is good at wrecking people, so he could have wrecked Corey Heim in the last corner of the last lap to win the championship. Nobody would have said anything to him because that's an inconsistent rule they have. So, I mean, he would have won the championship. He'd have been good to go.
Yeah.
But instead, they both lost.
Yep.
And then Enfinger finished fifth, I believe. I didn't even write that down. I forgot he was even in it. But, yeah, I think he finished fifth, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Truck race was good. They put on a decent race, but the Xfinity race.
Oh, man, that was so good.
That was a great race. Like, the whole race was good.
I will say Herbst dominated that race.
Cheated.
There ain't no way he didn't.
There's no way he did.
That car was a rocket.
What did he have to lose?
They're closing down. I mean,
why wouldn't you cheat it up?
I mean,
you're not in a championship battle.
Okay, on that last restart, him and Allgaier get into it. He gets loose and goes forward.
Yeah, because he's cheating. There's no way that car ain't cheated up.
I mean,
what is NASCAR going to do? Suspend him next year?
Right.
The whole team, you're suspended. Get out of here. Okay, bye.
We're leaving anyway.
We're leaving.
But I mean, I can't. When Herbst passed Allgaier, when Allgaier let Herbst pass him, I was like, no way. I was like, didn't him and wasn't he loose at the start of this?
He's the one who got in it with Allgaier and cut Allgaier's tire down.
Yeah, I mean, the dude had a rocket of a car.
So, do you have a problem with what Justin Allgaier did at the end of the race?
Absolutely not.
When he pulled over and let Herbst go?
Nope, not a chance.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't, not, mm-mm. And I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's what when we talk about big picture racing,
that's big
racecraft.
Picture, that's big picture racing.
He's got racecraft. He's got big picture. He's thinking championship.
Herbst has a record. He's got a history.
And Herbst is really good if you didn't know. He's run 6 seasons in the Xfinity Series and top-tier rides. Won 2 races this year, 1 race last year.
Yeah, he's a great driver. But he's got a history. And knowing that history, I would not want to be behind him.
I won't even want to be next to him.
No.
Look, he already cut your tire down once.
Yeah.
So don't mess with him. He's a bad dude. He's going to – and he even said at the end of the race or during his media press conference that – whatever post-race
he was going to move.
I would have moved. If he would have got out of my way, I'd have moved him. And the podcast, y'all can talk about me being an illegitimate winner. Dude, you won the race. I don't know how that's illegitimate. I think you're a prick, but I don't think you're an illegitimate winner.
No.
Like, I never forget. Hannah Newhouse, she's she does flow racing now. She's an announcer on flow racing, but she was doing a race. Maybe it was a trucks or maybe it was ARCA, and she forgot her mic was hot. And she's talking about Riley Herbst. She goes, Herbst is a douchebag. It was a hot mic. You're like, hot mic. Shut up, Hannah. But she was right.
She's not wrong.
He hasn't changed. And he's no different than Christian Eckes. Herbst is a spoiled rich kid whose daddy pays for him to get good rides every year. He's showing up with $4 million plus a year in money. That's not sponsorship money, but he also, his daddy's business has all this ties with Monster Energy That's why Monster Energy is on his car every week.
Yep.
So you got to know, look at these guys' backgrounds. When you're trying to figure out why this non-talented driver is taking a top-tier ride every year, look at his background. Look how much money. Look at the sponsorships.
Look,
this is why Denny Hamlin's suing NASCAR.
Could you imagine if like Connor Zilic or Quapple had the same car Herbst does every week?
Oh, they'd win every week.
They'd be dominant.
One of them they'd rotate every other week. They'd win every race of the season.
They'd like flip a coin each week. All right, who's going to win this week?
Then we got our boy Justin Allgaier. Like we talked at the beginning of the show.
Gosh.
Like I couldn't have been happier. Like I'm jumping up and down in my chair again. That's my go-to when I get excited, I guess now.
Look, so I was pulling. I thought Custer was going to win. That way.
I thought he was too, but I wasn't going to say it because I went with my heart this year. Every year I pick Allgaier. Every year he loses. And I wasn't going to pick him because of that this year. But you know what? My heart said something different. I heard his interview with Dale Jr. He's like, this year feels different, Dale. Something feels different. I'm not nervous. It just feels different. And I'm like, it does.
I bet all that went away Friday.
So let's talk about it.
Oh, man, what a week.
So the race starts, and I didn't.
No. We got to go before the race starts.
Yeah, I know.
Practice.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know he wrecked in practice. That's how little I paid attention
So we're going from our perspective.
Yeah, from our perspective. We turned the race on, and Allgaier's in the back.
Yeah, we don't see Allgaier at all. We're like,
where's Allgaier?
What happened to him?
And it was like took him 3 or 4 laps to tell us what happened. But so Allgaier gets in somebody else's mess in practice. Somebody's leaking oil.
Wrecks his car.
His good car.
His best car he's ever brought to Phoenix, according to him.
Now he has to get in a backup car, which is the Dale Jr. caught fire car from Bristol that we were at.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's the car that Dale Jr. dominated Bristol until he caught on fire.
Well, no wonder that car was so good.
So then Little Gator gets in that car and does what he needs to do.
I mean, he runs
through the field.
He was moving. He ended that stage in like 6th.
Well, then they have a restart. And who goes early? Allgaier.
Yep. Jumps out of line.
And I will give NASCAR credit.
Before that, he gets lucky and gets into it with Herbst and nurses that tire back.
Well, that was after the penalty.
Was it?
Yeah, that was towards the end of the race. That's what put him in.
I thought that was like, well, maybe.
Yeah, that was towards the end.
Was that like into stage 2?
I don't know, but it was towards the end. That's what helped set it up for a good race at the end, because we're like, now because he was coming through the field and he cuts the tire down. They get a caution. He goes in, gets new tires, comes back out.
But I thought he cut that tire. Stage ends, next stage starts, and that's when he does it.
No, he got the penalty for jumping the line first.
Right.
Then he went down pit road. Then he served his penalty on pit road.
Then sped on pit road.
Had to come back down, do it again. Then he got his laps back, luckily with some cautions. Then he got into Herbst, cut the tire down, nursed it home, got new tires, and then just came through the field again. And if it wasn't for some of those cautions at the end, there was that, when that last caution came out.
And he got his lap back.
Well, no, at the very end of the race. He was going to win it. And then the caution came out.
We were like,
I was like, no.
3 to go.
I was screaming like, I can't believe it. And he still did it.
He still did it.
Like,
I mean,
he tried to lose that race in every way you could possibly try to lose that race.
Yeah, no, because I thought the tire thing happened where he got into Herbst, nursed it home, then he serves his 2 penalties, and then he's just riding around.
Well, I mean, your memory is better than mine, hopefully, but.
And then the green flag pit cycles happen, and he stays out, gets his lap back. If the caution comes back, he gets his lap back because he stayed out.
Yeah.
And then he pits and comes out like 13th. And then there's like 50, 60 to go. And then he gets, or maybe it was less than that even. And so then he gets to the top, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd.
So I think our excitement has kind of like made us forget that stuff, because I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I haven't been that happy to see a driver win a championship since Dale Jr. won his Xfinity championships. I've just never been invested in a driver like Junior Motorsports. I've always been a Junior Motorsports fan.
Yeah.
Whoever's driving for them, I'm a fan. I was big time Elliott Sadler fan. I loved Elliott Sadler. And I mean, he was my favorite, driving the number one. And then Elliott retired, and it's like, okay, Justin's the veteran here now.
Yeah.
So Justin became my guy. And every year he makes it. I mean, I think he's been to 7 championships.
Yeah.
And finally won one. So I had this investment emotionally into Justin Allgaier's career. So to see him win it, to see his kids come out there, his daughter was bawling. Like, his daughter's name's Harper. And I know that because she does his helmet designs every year. So Harper's just standing there just bawling. I'm over here tearing up. I'm like, and he's crying. I mean, it was amazing. Like, it was.
Then afterwards, you got Dale running around with the championship flag.
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't want to put that thing down.
I'm a diehard member of Junior Nation. I will forever be a Dale Jr. fan, regardless if he's in the car or the booth. I don't care where he's at. He's my favorite. And to see him win anything's cool.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always cool when Junior Motorsports would win championships in the past, but it's just not the same for me as it was with Justin. Like, I like the driver and the team.
Yeah. And
to see Dell and Kelly up there, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ending to a Saturday night.
No, it was great. It was great.
And like I said, it didn't matter what happened to me on Sunday. Like, I could have cared less about the Cup race. And it really actually, because Saturday night was on such a high, it didn't matter how low Sunday ended on.
No, it didn't.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
That's what we've come to expect from the Cup Series now. So why would we let it bother us now?
Yeah, no. When Allgaier passed Custer with 5 to go, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I couldn't either. I was ecstatic.
I was like, yes, there's no way this is. Then the caution. Oh man, it was a wild range of emotions.
So Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan have both now commented that they don't know that they'll be at the Clash or the Daytona 500 next year with a car.
That's crazy. So, like, yeah, I still can't believe they don't get the appeal.
I mean, I understand where the judge is coming from. Now, they're appealing the appeal. So they filed today. I didn't tell you that. They filed today to appeal the injunction.
Because, I'm sure they can prove that they're going to lose money, right?
Well, they can prove they're going to, but the judge is like, you're telling me all these what ifs. You're telling me your drivers can leave you if you don't get this. It's a bunch of what ifs. All Denny wanted to sign the charter agreement. He wanted the antitrust thing taken out.
Yeah.
But apparently that antitrust thing also exists in the open team. So I don't understand how he's going to run as an open team next year, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So that's why I don't understand why they didn't get it.
You're messing with Jim France's family billions. Like, these are billionaires, and you're messing with their billionaire money.
Family regime.
Yeah. So
it's like a dynasty.
It's like the mafia. The France mafia is what me and Jamie used to call it all the time.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So you're messing with his money. I don't think he cares if Michael Jordan leaves the sport. I don't think he cares if Denny Hamlin leaves the sport. I don't think he cares if Front Row Motorsports. Like, how would you like to be Front Row Motorsports? They don't have Michael Jordan money.
Oh gosh, it would suck. So I hate to be those guys.
I think they missed the Clash. If I'm Denny, to prove a point, I do not show up at the Clash. If I don't have a charter agreement whatsoever of any form, I do not show up.
He's already said the Clash is a waste of money.
Yeah, he didn't like it in L.A.
Yeah.
So now it's up the street at Bowman Gray, which I would like to see Denny out. I mean, well, Denny will be out there.
Yeah,
with the 11, but I would like to see 2311 out there, but it's not going to happen. I don't think it will. If it was me, I wouldn't.
If they don't get this injunction, then it won't happen.
Correct. If they appeal the injunction and the judge grants it to them the second time, I think they do it. But what did happen in that lawsuit is they're speeding up discovery, so NASCAR is going to have to start opening their books now.
Thank goodness.
I'm glad they have to. Like,
we've needed this.
I think we're going to lose 2311 as a team in NASCAR. I think Denny Hamlin disappears from NASCAR. Michael Jordan will be done. I don't know what they go do or if they go do something else. I don't know, but I do believe they're out of NASCAR. I hate to say that, but I think they are. I think Denny runs one more season at Gibbs and retires, and then he disappears. I think Tyler Reddick ends up somewhere else next season, and Bubba Wallace probably as well. I think Riley Herbst and his daddy's money is not going to be in the next gen car at 2311 next year either.
I don't know.
I know that's a doom and gloom thing, but that's kind of where I feel it's heading.
But isn't the reason they're fighting for this to make the sport better? Why would they just get up and leave?
Because they're going to run out of money. They can't afford to keep running as an open team.
Yeah, but I don't think they just leave the sport. I think
maybe they go to the Xfinity Series and run a 4-car team like Dale Jr. does.
But I don't think they stick around on the Cup level or maybe even racing. But I feel like they stick around.
I would like to say so, but
just
at that point, like they're all mad at each other. You don't think NASCAR's mad at them? There's been a lot of name calling. It's gotten personal now.
I'm sure NASCAR's mad at them, but isn't that more reason to be right and win?
I don't want them to go nowhere. Everything I'm saying is speculation anyway. I hope none of that comes true, but I could see it happening. I could see Denny Hamlin walking away completely from NASCAR.
Like Tony Stewart it?
Yeah. I mean,
they
messed with Tony Stewart so much, he just said, forget it, I'm out.
Yeah. Look, I would rather see the France family go away than our team.
That ain't going to happen. All right, so last week, NASCAR dropped the penalties after we finished recording this show, so we didn't get to talk about it. The 1-car, the 3-car, and the 23-car lost their spotter for the weekend at Phoenix. One of the team executives had to miss the race. The crew chiefs were not allowed to come to the race. They were all fined 50 owner points, 50 driver points. I don't know if it was both, but they got fined 50 points and $100,000.
Well, guess what happened a couple years ago?
Same exact thing. So this is what kills me. NASCAR comes out and they're like, we fined them this time, and we told the drivers, do it again, you'll sit out. Well, 2 years ago in 2022, Stuart Haas got fined $100,000, 50 owner points, 50 driver points, and the crew chief got suspended for race manipulation. I don't understand why they suspended the spotter and the crew chief. They're doing what they're. NASCAR said, well, we didn't suspend the driver because he's just holding the wheel. Does he not have a brain?
Right.
Who made the decision to block? Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain.
Is he a mindless drone?
Well, that's basically what NASCAR's saying because they made these decisions.
Apparently, amongst the other Chevys, there was some quite questionable radio chatter too.
Oh yeah, I mean, this happened way up the ladder.
Oh yeah,
this was a Rick Hendrick type decision thing. Jeff Gordon, Rick Hendrick, Chad Knaus, those type of executives were the ones that were in on this.
Apparently, they can't penalize the manufacturers either.
It's not in the rule book, but that don't mean they can't do it. You don't have to write a new rule for it. They're not going to penalize their bread and butter.
Well, they're trying to get new ones in here.
Well, according to Steves,
we've got several lining up.
Several begging us to get in.
They just
one is really close, like 10 to 30 years away. One is almost there. But we have several in the next 500 years who want to join NASCAR.
The only thing we've done in terms of OEMs is lose one.
Yeah. So what do you think? I think the only way NASCAR could have made the right call on this penalty, I think
suspend the drivers.
Yes, but not just the whole team. The 23 car not at the track, the 3 car not at the track, the 1 car not at the track. Crews, everybody, 100%. That team's
just
not
gone.
There. That gets their attention.
Yeah,
that gets Chevy's attention. That gets everybody. You want a driver and a team not to manipulate a race in the future because. I'm here to tell you, I hate race manipulation. There's too much money now in sports betting being put on these races to have these kind of shenanigans going on. So the only way to stop it is to really crack the whip.
Imagine if you were betting on Bell to get into the championship.
I'd be furious.
I would be so mad.
But what if you were betting on Byron getting in, though?
Well, then I guess you're happy.
Yeah. What if you're a Chevy executive and you're betting on Byron getting in?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Because the crews aren't allowed to bet.
Yeah.
I've heard Freddie say it numerous times, like, I didn't bet on the race. I can't. We can't. And we don't. And I believe them. They're not stupid enough to lose their job over a bet. But what if somebody at Chevy was doing that?
Can't prove it, I guess.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just... it's too much. This is fixing the points to earn money. So what Chevy did, what Ford did, what Toyota, they're all doing it. It's not just the guys who got caught. Don't think it is. I personally think Byron, who I said didn't do anything wrong, but I take that back. Byron's team was involved in this.
Oh,
Byron
absolutely.
directly might not have been, but his team was involved in this. So Byron should not have been in the championship 4. Christopher Bell, I know his heart was broken and he felt cheated. He should not have been in the championship 4. His team was involved in this cheating. And I don't even think you should have let him come to the track. I really don't. I think you should have made all 5 of those drivers stay at home. Their whole flipping team stay at home. That gets people's attention. That gets Chevy's attention. That gets Toyota's attention. That gets Gibbs' attention. That gets 2311's
That even gets Ford's attention.
Yes, they won't do it either. They're like, teammate or not, man, I ain't helping you like that. I'm not going to cost my whole team a chance to race next weekend.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did.
It's ridiculous.
But I don't think
who knows? Maybe next time they'll be more strict, just like they said last time.
Yeah, well, they keep saying that, and that's NASCAR's problem. They say a lot. They can't back up what they say, but they say a lot. So
That's a fact.
They had the State of the Sport address where we had the 2 Steves, Steve Phelps, who I just don't like, and Steve O'Donnell, who I actually do like. Steve O'Donnell's a super nice guy. I've actually met him a couple times at Atlanta. I met Steve Phelps at Atlanta kind of as he brushed me off. I said, Steve Phelps, how you doing, man? And Steve O'Donnell talked to me, so that's why I only like one of the Steves. But, you know, we've been called bots.
Yeah.
And now we're just basically idiots who don't know what we see on the track.
NASCAR's the greatest sport to ever exist.
You know, it didn't work for a particular political party calling the other party garbage. I don't think it worked for NASCAR calling their fans bots either.
I don't think it did either.
I'm proud to be a bot.
You know, I think they saw that and they said,
I'm a garbage bot.
we should do that.
That's exactly what they did. Like, what's the dumbest thing we can do today? Our fans are all bots.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So they claim that this is the best racing ever this season. Best performance, best racing ever.
Out of the 76 years NASCAR's been
TV
around?
ratings are up single digits, like 1 point or so. So we must have had the best season ever.
From last year, our TV ratings have gone up 3.8%, guys.
Really, the only thing in the State of the Union we haven't talked about is their officiating.
Oh, we kind of did with the pace car.
And they claim NASCAR's officiating. Steve O'Donnell claims that their officiating has never been better. That they don't have problems. Actually,
No.
they are the best officiating crew
Flawless.
in all of sports.
Flawless.
If that was true, we wouldn't need Elton Sawyer, about called him Elton Bin Laden. We wouldn't need Elton Sawyer coming out after every race explaining why NASCAR made the call that they made. You wouldn't have to explain yourself if you weren't making mistakes.
I still don't know why it took half an hour at Martinsville.
I don't either. I thought they were listening to radio chatter.
Yeah, but no, they watched Bell go around the wall.
You watched 4 different angles of one move.
Of 5 seconds of film for half an hour?
No, that's because they're up there drinking.
Up there calling.
They're drinking. They're doing shots with the pace car driver. Oh, we got to make a decision. What do we do? Call Jim France. Well, he's busy. Well, wait till he's unbusy. That's what they were doing. Jim France had him on hold. He was looking at a new yacht.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know, man. They also said the days of boys have at it are over, and that's sad for me because as a longtime NASCAR fan, I remember the original boys have at it. I remember we stopped that for a while, and then I remember they came out again. They're like, boys have at it, and they had at it, and that was entertaining. But now we're just so inconsistent on our rules, and sometimes you get away with it. Alfredo can right hook somebody and get a 2-lap penalty. Bubba Wallace right hooks somebody. He gets suspended for a race. Chase Elliott, they suspend him for a race.
Okay, so
if you're named after a noodle,
you're good.
You're good.
Okay, so here's something I've been thinking about then.
What's
with
that?
Austin Dillon.
What about him?
I kind of don't have a problem with it now.
Him dumping 2 guys. I don't like it because it was just so blatantly obvious. Like, yeah, it's just a bad look. Like, you want to dump a driver, that's fine. If you want to dump 2 drivers, do it over a 5 or 6 lap period.
Just on one turn.
Austin
Bang, bang.
Dillon did it in turn 4, he wrecked 2 people at Richmond. It's a short track.
Okay, if he would have done
he had 100 yards, he wrecked 2 drivers. I have a problem with that.
If he wouldn't have won, I don't think I would really have a problem with it.
Maybe not if he didn't win. Maybe not.
Because, that's your
They
problem.
let him keep the win, though.
Yeah.
He just lost the playoff eligibility.
Because, you wreck 2 guys, you don't get to win the race. That's your penalty. You lose the race. The fact that he got to win it and dump 2 guys.
I think they should have took the win away.
Yeah, I don't think.
But that's another, just like I said with the championship 4, it should have just been the championship 3. Just like when Bowman got taken out, they shouldn't have put somebody in. It should have just been, we're cutting it down to 11.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's cleaner than a replacement guy. I'm not taking anything away from Joey Logano winning the championship.
He won it fair and square.
Yes, 100%. He did exactly what he needed to do to win the championship.
I just don't like the format.
Correct.
We just don't like the format.
100%. But I don't think you should put people back in. If they're out, they're out.
Yeah.
Leave them out. Don't put them back in. When you put them back in, it just creates controversy and division, and we don't need that. We have enough of that in this world. We don't need any more. So that's really all I got racing. What about you?
I think we've really talked about a lot.
So I don't even know how long we've recorded because our clock's broken. I would say probably an hour 20.
Probably over.
At least more than that. I'm thinking hour 10, hour 15. But
yeah,
off season. This is our plans. We have kind of discussed them, kind of not. We went back and forth. We are going to record during the off season, probably once or twice a month. This is it. We're not recording next week. We're taking a week off. We might come back the week of Thanksgiving, do a little Thanksgiving show. It just depends on how news drops.
Yeah.
And what kind of mood we enjoy. I love podcasting. I love coming out here every week. I mean, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was making sure you agree with me.
I thought you were going to keep going.
I love doing this. And I love the fact that people actually listen to us. I love the friends we've made. I mean, I've made a ton of friends online just because of this show. And I absolutely love each and every one of you. I mean, I consider most of y'all family at this point. So thank you so much for listening each week or watching on YouTube. Thank you, Grandma in New York, for watching every week. I love you. Go Bills. But we're going to take some time off this off season. We're going to shoot for 2 episodes a month, right?
Depending on news.
Depending on news. If we have no news,
then we're not going to record.
Yeah. We're not going to get on here and ramble about nothing, but I do believe we'll do a Thanksgiving special, a Christmas special, and then we'll do something at the first of the year. Like I said, we're going to shoot for 2 a month. We're not going anywhere. We will be back next year. I've threatened to quit 1,000 times.
I know.
You can ask Brandon. He gets the text. I'm done with this. I quit. And then I don't. It's just anger. I get mad. I get emotional. I get dramatic. I can be a prima donna. I'm a salesman. I know these things about myself.
Yeah.
I know I can be overly dramatic, but I'm not quitting. We're not going anywhere, right?
Nope. I ain't
So we're planning on being here next season for season 4. And other than that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I greatly appreciate it. I know John does too.
It's been a good season.
This has been fun. Like, I didn't know how it was going to go. I mean, you were technically just a fill-in.
I know.
You were like a Joey Logano for one podcast.
And now look at me.
And then you filled in one time, and Jamie's like, well, he's way better than me. I'm out. And to Jamie's credit, he needed a break. I mean, Jamie and me talked yesterday about the race, and he said now that NASCAR is now on the same level as F1 with him. He said he will watch even less next year. He won't even watch the highlights, he said, next season. He is, unless something happens, unless this format changes, Jamie's completely done with NASCAR. But I appreciate Jamie because he lets me and you do this.
Yeah.
And he helped me create this show, so I do appreciate Jamie too. So thank you, Jamie. He listens. He still listens.
Oh,
so we appreciate
that's how kind.
Anything you want to say?
I mean, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
We've had a good time.
I've always wanted to do something like this for years.
Yeah. And who would have thought we would do it together?
I know, right?
Never did I think this was a possibility, but I've had an absolute blast recording the show with you, and I'll keep going until you're done.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of where I'm at now. When you're done with it, I'll be done with it then too.
Yeah.
But so far, we'll be back for 2025.
Yep.
So thanks to everyone who listens, watches the show each week, shares it on social media. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. I will talk to you on X, and we could become friends or family if you talk back. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our videos and watch our shorts and all the good stuff we do. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us and rate us there. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave us a review, it helps other people find the show. I don't know how their algorithm works, but you leave reviews, other people find us easier. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube Music. If you feel the need, you're more than welcome to email us. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out our partner, the greatest, the legendary, 4-time sticker champion drawer, Designs by Sydney. I almost got that.
You were so close.
But check out Designs by Sydney. You won't regret it. But other than that, y'all have a great off season, and we'll talk to you when we talk to you. Bye, everybody.